boys, my name is Jad and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a few tips and tricks to help you guys with your crosshair placement and aiming and shooting at the enemies a lot more consistently and making sure you're hitting more shots more of the time. These drills are my own drills that I do myself. A lot of people come to me and say, Jad, why is your aim so good? This. It's because I don't practice unorganic situations which aren't really going to happen in game, such as Kovacs, etc. I practice a lot of things which are natural, which are going to be happening in situations like in game and whatnot. So we're going to start off with your sensitivity. If you have a higher or lower sensitivity than you actually should have, you can mess with it here. In this case, mine is 0.62 and my DPI is 800. You want to find the right sensitivity for you. The right sensitivity that means you're not going to be over rotating on your one taps. So if you're hitting your taps consistently, then your aim or your sensitivity is on point. If you're not, try increasing or decreasing your sensitivity to help you hit more consistent one taps. So yeah, that is the first thing that I want you guys to do before you actually do anything. And yes, once you've done that, come back. The second thing I'm going to be showing you is this part here. This is my favorite part of aim training altogether as a whole, and this is the part of the aim training which is probably going to come in the most clutch for you guys at different levels. So let's set it to 30. Let's press clear. As you guys know, it is a 4-bullet kill when using the Vandal against an enemy at any range. It is a one-hit headshot. With a Phantom, it is 2 headshots at any range, or I think it's 7 or 6 body shots at long range. So yeah, it's a bit of a decreased damage, but the Phantom is my favorite for practicing my sprays at a long range, mainly because you have to be a lot more precise with it. Obviously with the Vandal, the more damage, so you have to be less precise and only fewer bullets to hit. So my favorite is just practicing crouching and shooting around this center line through the middle here. Crouching and shooting, crouching and shooting, crouching and shooting, right? You burst in usually 7 to 8 bullets. I do 4 to 5 depending on how well I'm playing that day. So say if I'm aiming and I hit the head the majority of the time on the day, I'll be aiming to do 4 or 5 sprays. But mainly you want to head for about 6. Maybe for about, depends how good your aim is, but usually you want to do about 6 to 8 bullets for your sprays, and then you want to regain yourself and spray again because your bloom is back to the normal bloom spray. So if I'm doing it at 30, you want to have a perfect consistent aim of obviously something around that aim there. As you see my bullets here, they're all centered and the majority of these are going to hit the enemy, and obviously he's going to be dead. If I hit that for 7 bullets, that's 245 and so on. So you want to keep practicing these burst shots. If you carry on spraying just like this, you know that you're basically not going to hit the enemy. Like, it's pretty inconsistent, as you know yourself. So there's no point practicing long range sprays and long sprays as a whole just because you're less precise. Spraying at a burst rate is obviously going to be better for yourself and for the team's performance because you're going to be carrying if you're hitting all your shots consistently. With a Vandal, it's a bit more simple. It's hitting 4 shots consistently because obviously 4 shots is 156 and 156 is more than 150, which is the player's base HP with maximum shield. So obviously 4 shots, that guy's going to be dead. Let's keep practicing at different ranges, trying to hit 4 to 5 shots, all consistent. Keep moving backwards, 4 to 5, 4 to 5, 4 to 5, 4 to 5. And just obviously that 5th one, as you see as I move back, flicks up here. Trying to be less like keyboard happy and stop pressing my keyboard as I go. When you get further to about like 50 meters, you mainly want to just tap players. Like to be fair, if you have a good spray pattern, you've been practicing this consistently, then yeah, you're going to be able to spray it at a good level. But if you're at a better level, about this far, usually there isn't even a space on the map which is this far. I think the only place which has a long this big is through mid on ascent, or is through long on bind on B side. But having a more consistent spray pattern at kind of 30 range is a lot better than having it at 50, because most of the time your bullets aren't going to hit at 50. Obviously spraying at 50 is insane. If you can hit all your bullets at 50, by all means spray, but usually you want to just tap. You want to go for the heads the majority of the time. You want to move to the left, hit the head, move to the right, hit the head, and so on. Just keep practicing at certain ranges. Obviously on this one you can go to the left and right side of this door and you can counter strafe this, and you can practice your ability to hit your shots at a left and right moving angle. This is probably one of my favorites because obviously I can just keep doing this and I can practice the timing for counter strafing. I don't think you guys know, but I've done a tutorial on how to counter strafe. At this moment in time, I'm not warmed up. I'm not trying to play at my highest, so my counter strafing and a majority of my mechanics aren't on point right now. I'm not playing the best, but counter strafing is one of the best ways to improve. And basically, you see my keyboard, you move to the right, and as soon as you move to the right and you see the character, you hold down on the other side of the keyboard. So you're pressing A to move to the left, press D to stop. A to left, D to stop. A to the left, D to stop. A to the left, D to stop. As you see, I'm stopping instantly, and my bloom is majority of the time on their head. Obviously, this is pretty difficult at a intermediate/amateur level. Once you get higher and higher and you keep practicing, you're going to get a lot more consistent with your shots. Myself, I'm not very consistent, but this is what I do to help in practice my aim. And usually in a game situation, you're not going to have something kind of like this. You're not going to be peeking to the side of a door always, are you? The character's going to be moving, so you got to add like variables into it. So there's obviously stable variables, and there's also not stable variables. There's always going to be a control variable, which is your aim. And it's also going to be a variable which is always going to change, which is going to be the distance of the enemy, how the player is moving, and their game sense towards what you're doing. So your aim isn't always going to be the same. Your aim isn't going to be the same in here as it is to your aim in a normal game, mainly because it's not as situational and you haven't got their game sense to think about. You haven't got their positioning, you haven't got their mentality. If a person's pushing on B door, you know he's going to push around the corner. All you got to do is wait for him to come around. Place your crosshair at the right height, wait for him. You have the advantage. You're peeking. You have the peeker's advantage. He doesn't. So in situations like this, if your aim isn't as on point, that's just your natural aim. But in game, obviously you can use your game sense alongside your aim to increase your chances of killing people, which is where a lot of people come from with how is your aim so good. It's because you put yourself in the situations where you can use your game sense and your aim to the right situation and use it to your strong points within a game situation. So we're pushing on long, we're peeking this wall on long. We know there's going to be a guy there, we can peek it, and we can have a situation where we know he's going to be. I missed all my bullets there, but obviously you know he's going to be there. If a situation happens where there's going to be multiple, you don't always peek that. So it depends on the type of situations you're in, but obviously this 50 meters range is going to be a really crucial practice for hitting the headshots. But for spraying, it isn't my favorite. For spraying, it's 30 meters and consistently hitting the majority of 30 meter sprays, because you're not going to be that far away from enemies in the map, are you? So yeah, that is my favorite. Another tip I have is going to these 4 little panels here and practicing your 4 burst shots, because it takes 4 bullets to kill these pads. And obviously you can hit them, then you're going to be a lot better. And these things here at the back, these things here move around, you can shoot them. They're 3 bullets to shoot, and this increases your tracking and your tapping. You can obviously spray at them. To be fair, this is probably one of the best for spraying too. As you spray 3 bullets, you can control it, you can get a lot better, and it's one of my favorites too for 3 burst sprays. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is 3. The 3 burst sprays, practicing and tracking on these bots here that are moving left and right. This is one of my favorite ways to increase my tracking and my burst fire accuracy. If this video was somewhat useful, please do hit that like button and subscribe. Obviously, these aren't going to work for everyone, but this is what worked for me. And don't take this video as a kind of, if my aim isn't good in this in the practice range, then my aim isn't going to be as good in game. Because no, like I've said, it's very different. Your aim varies depending on situations you put yourself in. So don't think to yourself, if you're missing all your shots in game, that you're going to be missing all your shots through practice range, or if you're missing all your shots in practice range, you're going to miss them in game, because half the time that isn't the situation. It's how you put yourself in the situation to achieve killing the enemy. So if this video was useful, like I said, please do hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications if you guys want to see any more how-tos with Valorant, as I'm going to be doing quite a few in the next coming weeks. Thank you guys, my name has been of course Jad, and peace.